Namaste, Uma.
Namaste, Kumarji. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Kumar.
Namaste, Meena. Did you hear the alarm? No. No, you didn't. That's my alarm 1 minute before start of the class. 5:59 a.m. I mean, I have an alarm at 5:59 a.m. on Sundays.
Namaste, Kumarji. Good morning.
Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Kumar.
Namaste, Akka. Namaste, Meera ji. Let's start with 3 ohms. Please take a deep breath. Suprabhatam, Namo Namaha, depending on where you are. Namaste. The first question goes to my sister Akka. So what do those 3 ohms define? You know that. You have to unmute.
The first ohm is I am not the body and a set of vibrations.
Yes, very good.
Second ohm is I transcend the worldly desires, attachment, everything.
So I transcend this universe.
Transcend this
Right?
universe.
I transcend this universe. Complete, devoid of all attachments. I transcend this universe. Okay.
Universe.
Third one.
And third one is I merge with the unmanifest divine.
Okay. So everyone is ready to merge with that unmanifest divine. You cannot come back. Once you merge, you cannot
Yes.
come back. Kumar Chandran, are you ready?
Yes, Kumarji.
After that, no gardening. Once you, what is this merging means? That is only one program will be working. Vibrations means all. She said vibration, we have a set of vibration. What is that? We are a set of programs, correct?
Yes.
In the last class, we had a lot of discussion on programs. So even people who don't know anything about software, they should know very clearly what the program is. Right, Akka?
Yes.
Tell me now, what is a program? See, I will catch you if you say yes. I will catch you if you say no.
Yes, I know that.
So what is a program?
Program is reaction.
Program is a?
Reaction. Reactive.
What about karma?
Yes. Klesha,
Karma is a
karmas.
program. What about klesha?
Yes.
So everything is
All
a
are
program.
programs.
All
Program.
are program. So what is the meaning of a program? I explained on Tuesday. So these are all programs. How do you understand this program? Tell me with your cell phone. I explained with the cell phone, right?
Yes.
You forgotten?
But I am not an engineer, Kumar, to explain.
You forgotten?
I am not an electrical engineer. You
Have you
said
forgotten?
so many terms.
No, I said on your cell phone.
Yes, so many icons are there.
So many icons are there. Go ahead. And behind each icon is made of? Why did we talk about the icon? Okay. Each icon is made of a bunch of programs, correct?
Yes.
So the cell phone, you have to take it as the chitta. Cell phone is the chitta. Cell phone is my Aka's chitta. And it has got a bunch of programs, lots of programs. So for simplicity, let us say each icon has only one program, for simplicity. So these are all the programs, karma, klesha, all that. Activations, everything. So when you touch an icon, until then there is nothing happening, correct? On the cell phone?
Yes. Yes.
Until then everything is dormant. So when you touch a program, what happens? Something happens, right? When I touch an icon here, let us say, when I touch an icon here, so something happens, right? The screen changes.
Yes.
Right? So this touching is equivalent to a trigger. The trigger for us comes from, where does it come from?
The klesha.
Klesha. Klesha is the trigger for us. So here, that klesha is the touch. So the moment the klesha triggers, the program activates. What is the program that activates? The activations,
Karma.
correct?
The karmas.
The karmas activate. The karmas are there already. Karmas are also flowing, but the activations start. The activations are also programs, right? Until then, the activations are all quiet. Nothing, everything is quiet. So the moment the klesha triggers the activation wakes up. And the activation wakes up, and then what happens? What do you get from the activation? There are 3 steps always. Klesha is the trigger,
Karma.
no, klesha is the trigger which wakes up the activation, which makes activation happen. And what does activation do? You know that very well. It has to do something, right? The activation. So you react. There is a reaction. That is the output. That's what you see on the screen. The reaction is what you see on the screen. You put some of the screens that you see. So it's saying, here, do something. So this has come out with the screen. So we always react, either anger, lust, greed, jealousy. Those are all reactions. Clear or not?
Yes.
I will ask you the same question next month, Sunday. So be clear.
Ask everyone, Kumar.
I know who has not understood. Some of them were last Tuesday, many of them were not there.
Now they know. Now
Yes.
you have explained.
Now I know you have still not understood, so I'll keep asking. So is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
You nodded the head on Tuesday also.
But I forget what to do.
You should not forget. You cannot forget. This must be very clear. Very, very clear it should be. That's how you understand. There is a trigger. The trigger is the klesha. So our touch here represents the touch. The touch represents the klesha. And you're touching an icon. The icon is the activations. Waiting to activate. It is all dormant. It is not doing anything. It is waiting. The moment you touch it, the moment the trigger comes, it activates and produces an output. That is a reaction, reactivity. So we react, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on that note, I will let Kranti go ahead and chant. Kranti, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. अथ विभूतिपादः देशबन्धः चित्तस्य धारणा तत्र प्रत्ययैकतानता ध्यानम् तदेव अर्थमात्रनिर्भासम् स्वरूपशून्यमिव समाधिः त्रयमेकत्र संयमः तज्जयात् प्रज्ञालोकः तस्य भूमिषु विनियोगः त्रयमन्तरङ्गम् पूर्वेभ्यः तदपि बहिरङ्गं निर्बीजस्य व्युत्थाननिरोधसंस्कारयोः अभिभवप्रादुर्भावौ निरोधक्षणचित्तान्वयो निरोधपरिणामः तस्य प्रशान्तवाहिता संस्कारात् सर्वार्थतैकाग्रतयोः क्षयोदयौ चित्तस्य समाधिपरिणामः ततः पुनः शान्तोदितौ तुल्यप्रत्ययौ चित्तस्य एकाग्रता परिणामः एतेन भूतेन्द्रियेषु धर्म लक्षण अवस्था परिणामाः व्याख्याताः शान्त उदित अव्यपदेश्य धर्मानुपाती धर्मी क्रमान्यत्वं परिणामान्यत्वे हेतुः परिणामत्रय संयमात् अतीतानागत ज्ञानम् शब्दार्थ प्रत्ययानाम् इतरेतराध्यासात् संकरः तत्प्रविभाग संयमात् सर्वभूतरुत ज्ञानम् संस्कार साक्षात्करणात् पूर्वजाते ज्ञानम् प्रत्ययस्य परचित्त ज्ञानम् न च तत्सालम्बनम् तस्या विषयीभूतत्वात् कायरूपसंयमात् तद्ग्राह्यशक्तिस्तम्भे चक्षुः प्रकाशा संप्रयोगे अन्तर्धानम् सोपक्रमं निरुपक्रमं च कर्म तत्संयमात् अपरान्तज्ञानम् अरिष्ठेभ्यो वा मैत्र्यादिषु बलानि बलेषु हस्तिबलादीनि प्रवृत्त्या लोकन्यासात् सूक्ष्म व्यवहित विप्रकृष्ट ज्ञानम् भुवन ज्ञानम् सूर्ये संयमात् चन्द्रे ताराव्यूह ज्ञानम् ध्रुवे तत्कति ज्ञानम् नाभिचक्रे कायव्यूह ज्ञानम् कण्ठकूपे क्षुक्तिपाशानिवृत्तिः कूर्मनाड्यां स्थैर्यं मूर्धज्योतिषि सिद्धदर्शनं प्रातिभाद्वा सर्वं हृदये चित्तसंवित् सत्त्वपुरुषयोः अत्यन्ता संकीर्णयोः प्रत्यया विशेषो भोगः परार्थत्वात् स्वार्थ संयमात् पुरुषज्ञानम् ततः प्रातिभश्रावण वेदन आदर्श आस्वादवार्ता जायन्ते ते समाधवुपसर्गाः व्युत्थाने सिद्धयः बन्धकारणशैथिल्यात् प्रचारसंवेदना च चित्तस्य परशरीरावेशः उदानजयात् जलपङ्खकण्ठकादिषु असङ्गः उत्क्रान्तिश्च समानजयात् ज्वलनं श्रोत्रकाशयोः सम्बन्धसंयमात् दिव्यं श्रोत्रम् कायकाशयोः सम्बन्धसंयमात् लघुतूलसमापत्तेश्च आकाशगमनम् बहिरकल्पवृत्तिः महाविदेह ततः प्रकाशावरणक्षयः स्थूल स्वरूप सूक्ष्म अन्वय अर्थवत्व संयमात् भूतजयः.
Thank you, Kranti. Thank you. Okay, let me share the sutra screen. Okay. We finished at Sutra 38 last week. We have been doing the same 3 sutras for the last 2 weeks. So we started this chapter on with the definitions for Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi, and then we saw how Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi are still external to Nirbija Samadhi. We saw that, and then we went on to see how Dharana can be how Dharana and Dhyana can be redefined again. Dharana as Nirodha Parinamaha, and Dhyana as Samadhi Parinamaha, and Samadhi as Ekagrata Parinama. We saw all that, and from there we jumped into the extraordinary abilities one can get in this journey into Samadhi state. We covered many of them, and then from there we came into Sutra 36, which is the definition of the unmanifest divine, right? That's where we stopped. So we didn't stop there. We have been looking at those 3 sutras, 36, 37, and 38 for the last 2 weeks. So 36, where we say that the Sattva Purusha, that unmanifest divine, how do you experience this Sattva Purusha? So by not having any kind of assumption, completely not having any kind of parochial or narrow thoughts of the divine, not narrow at all. It cannot be narrow at all, which means you cannot bottle that unmanifest divine in any form or shape. So from that comes a complete understanding of the unmanifest divine, and the way you look at it is what I am in comparison with all other things in this universe, where I am in comparison to all other things in this universe. That's comparison you do. So when we are in that state of that, when we are having that kind of an experience, from that experience is what we get. From that we get Purusha Jnana. Purusha Jnanam is that intuitive knowledge. So in Sutra 37, we are saying from that knowledge, from that intuitive knowledge, what do we get? We get enlightened hearing, enlightened seeing, enlightened sensing, enlightened tasting, and enlightened exchange or smell. And then we saw this state of samadhi is actually because you're getting various, you're getting this various experiences, extraordinary experiences, and it is being described as upasarga, samadhi upasarga, samadhi upasarga. We saw this upasarga as a concept of rebirth, that is end of life and then coming back to life, right? That is the concept of upasarga. Why are we talking about upasarga here? Because when you are in this state of samadhi and a very high evolved state, and you're getting all these extraordinary abilities, it is something like you are reborn, right? These abilities you did not have earlier. Now these abilities are coming into you. It is like a new birth that you have taken, and you're experiencing all this for the first time. So when you experience it for the first time and it is like a rebirth, when we came into this body first time, when I say first time, when we came into this body, when I was born in this body, I came and then I reacted and then I accumulated karma, right? So similarly, these abilities have come. This is like a rebirth. These abilities have come. I'm tasting these abilities for the first time. I'm testing these abilities, and these should not, by reacting to these abilities, I should not accumulate karma. I should not accrue karma, because I'm already at a very highly evolved state where I have burnt away all my karmas, pretty much. With me, people? You understand
Yes.
Yes.
what I'm
Yes.
saying? Oh, I didn't share the screen. Oh, sorry. I did. Hold on. Okay, there you go. So these extraordinary abilities, that's what we are calling as upasarga, where you don't react to these. So what Patanjali Muni again and again he is reiterating is, these abilities have come to you. You may or may not get these abilities. It's a different question. If you get those abilities, just because people around you get to know that you have these abilities, and immediately you start thinking, oh, I am a very important person, that's your downfall. That's what is warning here. This has come to you, this one or more abilities have come to you just because in the cosmic flow of things, you needed to be given these abilities so that you can use it for the benefit of humanity. That's all there is to it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So that's why he is warning again and again. And this upasarga concept he has brought here to say, hey, this is how we accumulated karma. When we were born, we started reacting and we started accumulating karma. And similarly, here now, a new ability is born inside you. New ability or abilities are born inside you. So don't misuse them. Don't react based on that and accumulate karma. Okay, shall we move on?
Yes.
Bandha karana Shaitalya prachara samvedanacha chittasya parasharira aveshaha. Did we cover this?
No,
No, we did not.
haven't
Okay.
done. Can you
So-
scroll down the sutras, Kumarji?
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Okay. Bandha means to be bound. Bandha. That's why we say bandhu, right? because we are bound to them. We are attached to them. Bandha karana. Karana means cause. The cause of being bound. Shaitalyat. Shaitalyat means becoming light. See, very strongly I was bound to this body. This karana. Karana is this body. Very strongly I was bound to this. And because of all this practice, what practice? 38 sutras, practice of 38 sutras. I have done so much of sadhana. Now that bandha between this, that bandha with the body has weakened. Chaitanya means it has become light, that weakened. So, okay, it is weakened, so what? Prachara samvedanat chittasya parasharira aveshaha. Aveshaha means to enter. In Tamil we say avesham, right? In temples and other places, when people start shaking their body in front of the divine, or when there is a big puja going on, suddenly somebody gets avesham, right? We say that Holy Spirit has entered them and we want, and everybody is listening to them because they start saying a few things like, bring me 10 plates of laddu. We see this, the funny things in the movies, right? A person goes into avesha. But anyway, when it really happens, the person who goes into avesha will generally be quiet. Okay. And even if there is some vibration and things like that, the person will go through that because it is the divine spirit that has entered them. Anyway, so avesha means to enter. That's all it means. So because of the fact that the bondage with the body has become weak, prachara samvedana. Prachara means to broadcast, to propagate. Samvedana means to project out. So what is prachara? So what are we saying here? Chittasya prachara samvedana. That's how you have to read it. So my chitta, right? What is chitta? Meena, what is chitta? For a change, I will ask. I won't ask Akka. Meena, what is chitta?
Chitta is the mind.
Huh?
Chitta is the mind.
Chitta is the whole set of vibrations. Chitta is all programs.
Whole set of vibrations. The whole
All
wave.
programs.
Okay. Programs.
The first sutra,
Whole
the
set
second
of
sutra, we read, right? Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. All forgotten. So we have to identify ourselves not with the body but with the chitta.
But with the chittas. Whole set.
Chitta means everything, not just the mind. Mind is one component of that. In the chitta. Like in the cell phone, I showed you a lot of icons, right? Mind is one such icon.
One. Okay.
Yes. So, I am the chitta. I am not the body, correct?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, right.
Only this chitta can merge with unmanifest divine, not the body.
Yes.
Yes. As long as you identify with your body, you will have pain, suffering, everything. Yes. Okay. Prachara samvedana. So the ability of the chittasya, prachara samvedana, the ability of the chitta to propagate or to go beyond or to be mobile and to project out is possible because my chitta, the bondage of my chitta with the body has become light. That's what it means, the first few words right up to chittasya. What does it mean? That means I can leave this body. My
Body.
chitta can leave this body and go out.
Mm.
Not only can I travel with my body, which itself is enough, causing enough problem, bringing enough gossip when I travel with my body. Now I can leave my body, I can also travel with my, just the chitta alone can travel. Say how much trouble it can cause. Uma, is it clear?
No, Kumarji. How can the chitta travel?
How can the
without
chitta travel?
Travel
Chitta
Without
is a
without
the-
the body. Without the
Chitta-
body.
Chitta is a set of vibrations,
Yes, vibration.
right? Electromagnetic vibrations. When I'm using the cell
Okay.
phone, I'm making a call to you. How is my voice coming to you? Is the cell phone traveling?
No,
What is traveling?
the voice.
The voice as how is the voice traveling? The voice is traveling, but how is the voice traveling? If I'm
Waves.
am I shouting from here and you're hearing at your home?
No, through by the waves, electromagnetic waves.
Yes, electromagnetic vibrations. If those vibrations can travel, can I not can my vibrations travel too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Logically, yes or no? Tell me.
Yes.
No, you're saying yes. So with so much of doubt. See, are we a bunch of software? The chitta is a bunch of software, right?
Yes.
When I was created, the hardware was created, right?
Yes.
And then from above, this software entered. How did the software come? It traveled and came into this body.
Mm,
It was not born with the body. The body was made, and then the software came into this body. The hardware of this laptop was made, and then the software was loaded in this. Yes or no?
yes. Yes.
When you buy a laptop, they load the software, don't they?
Yes.
Whether in the dealership, whether at the store or at the factory, the hardware is first made and the software is then loaded in it. Correct?
Correct.
That is how my soul. I don't want to use the soul. My chitta came into this body. Did it not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doubt. Still doubt.
No.
What is the doubt here? If my chitta came from above, after I passed away in my last birth, and then my chitta left the body, and then based on my karmas, I came back. I
Correct.
came back. How the hardware was made? Who made my hardware?
Prakriti. No.
My parents engaged in intimacy. Correct?
Correct.
Of course. When the chitta was ready to be born, it chose where it should be born. I mean, when I say it chose, it was where it should be born was chosen based on its karma kleshas.
Mm.
We read all those sutras, right? The environment, jati, desha, jati, epoch, where it should be born is all it was decided. In which family it should, jati is which family, which community, how many siblings, all that. That's how I entered into the womb of my mother.
Mm.
So the hardware was created, and then there were many hardwares that were created around that time, but I entered only my mother's womb.
Mm.
Is this clear, people?
Yes.
I see so much of doubt.
Of course.
Okay. So the chitta that was waiting upstairs as vibrations, and then when the prarabdha karma fruitioned, then it knew based on so many things that are there as part of the chitta, which body I should enter on this earth, which womb. Among the many babies that were made, I entered only a particular womb, didn't I?
Yes.
Into my mother's womb I entered. So I came into that. So if I can travel and come into that, logically I should be able to go out also, correct? Not only at the time of death. At the death, I go out.
Anytime.
At death, I go out. If I have this extraordinary ability,
And
if I have,
abilities, yes.
right, if I have this extraordinary ability, I should be able to go out too.
Yes, yes.
It is this sutra is this explaining that extraordinary ability. Uma is still not clear.
No, but when we are alive and the chitta goes out of the body, so what happens to that then, the physical body at that time till it comes back? What state it is?
So the chitta, the physical body, the karanas, the kaya, karana sharira, that will remain as is. This has happened to many siddhas. This is not something new. This happened to whom did it happen?
Ramana Maharishi.
Ramana Maharishi, yes.
Maharishi.
Even Shirdi Sai Baba.
That's what I'm saying. You accept all that. When I explain the sutra, you have doubt. You are saying how it can go out.
It will just go out and then come back to them. Is
Yes.
it like that?
Yes.
It will not enter any other.
It can enter. That is why it is going out. So we are going to see. We are going to see that. You are going to see that.
So you
So
said this sutra is
which is
explaining
on-
about?
this sutra is
Extraordinary
about
ability.
the chitta while alive, the ability of the chitta to get out, to project out, and then come to project out and enter into another body and come back. So we are going to see that. So he's saying up to Bandha Karana Shaitalya Prachara Samvedana. So it can project out, the chitta can project out. Where? Parasharira Aveshaha. It can enter another body. Parasharira. Para means beyond, other, different. Sharira is body, shariram, body. Aveshaha is enter. It can enter into another body. That's what it is saying. So there is a
Why
event
does
that,
it enter
Yes,
into
yes.
another body? What is the purpose?
what is the
Purpose.
Purpose
Okay.
of entering into another body?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that. So there is an incident in Adi Shankara's life. Adi Shankara,
Yes, yes. Yes.
he went to northern part of India and had a big discussion with a person called, a very highly educated person, Madana Mishra.
There was a debate between them or
Debate.
something.
Yes, there was a debate. Not only with him, with his wife also, Madan Mishra's wife, some Devi. I'm not sure whether it is Sharda Devi or some other name. So the stakes everywhere, those days in the debate, there'll always be a stake. So the stake was whoever wins the debate, then they have to stop their prachara, whatever they are trying to bring out to the world. They have to stop that and become a disciple of the other person. They have to listen to the other person. They have to become the disciple of the other person. So while this debate was going on, it went on for a month almost. So at the end of it, Madana Mishra was defeated. So his wife was the judge of the debate. See how much of integrity that lady must have had for Adi Shankara to have that trust in her. He's having the wife of his opponent as the judge. Right?
Yes.
How unbiased she has to be. And she declares that declares that her husband is defeated. And then she says, "Oh, Adi Shankara, because we are married, we are one. So you are defeated only half. The other half is still here. I am there. Now you have to defeat me. Now debate with me.
Oh, oh.
Yes. Now debate with me. She is also a very highly educated and highly evolved being. So the Adi Shankara starts the debate with her, and she asks him a question about marital life. So obviously Adi Shankara cannot answer, and she says, you don't have the moral standing to answer this question because you're a sannyasi. You cannot answer this question. So Adi Shankara says, yes, what you're saying is correct, but give me 1 month's time. I'll come back with the answer. So Adi Shankara understands in the neighborhood there is a king who has just passed away. Okay. So he gets this by his samyama, he gets this information, obviously. So then he tells his, so he walks out of this debate because he has got 1 month. He goes to a place and then he tells his disciples, look, I'm going to leave my body here and I'm going to enter some other body. Take care of this body. So he leaves this body and enters the king's body, and the king becomes alive. These are all documented. I'm not telling you any stories. Okay. So then he spent a few days with the queens, and among them the chief queen or whatever. She was an extremely intelligent lady. Only she could sense that there was some difference. Although the king has come alive, she could sense some difference. Okay. And anyway, 2-3 days or whatever he spends, and he learns enough from her, and then leaves the king's body, comes back, and his disciples were preserving his body, making sure it is not being eaten by ants and rodents. They were keeping it alive.
Right.
And he comes back into his body after a few days, and then goes back to Madana Mishra's debate session, where his wife is still waiting. Anyway, 1 month time is there. Then he gives the answer and he wins the debate. And then Madana Mishra and his wife, they give up everything and they become his disciples for life. Okay, that is not, those things are not important to us. What is important is that Adi Shankara left his body and entered the king's body, spent a few days as a king with all the queens, and got all the information that he needed as part of the marital life. And then came back and gave the answer. With me? Now do you understand?
Yes.
So that's the application of the sutra. Udana Jayat Jalapanka Kantaka Adishu Asanga Ukranti Cha. Udana Jayat. See, there are different, in Ayurveda, there are different aspects of communication that happen in the body. There are 5 different types of communication that happen in the body. One is prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udhana. Prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udhana. That is what we say when we do the Naivedyam. We say prana swaha, apana swaha, vyana swaha, samana swaha, udhana swaha. That is what we say. And then we say Brahmane Swaha. So we are actually dealing with all the different types of communication. So prana means that is simply the vitality, the communication in the body that generates vitality. That is the prana, right? The breathing that generates the vitality in the body. That is the communication in the body that generates vitality. Apana, communication, is the communication that goes into the physical structure of the body, the muscles. Apana Vayu. In Ayurveda, they'll say Prana Vayu, Apana Vayu. That's how they'll say. Vyana is the communication that goes into the circulatory system of the body, various circulatory systems, lymphatic circulation, the blood circulation, etc. Samana is associated with the basic management of the body, which is the gene expression. Samana Vayu. Udana is the ability to connect to the cosmos, which is also associated with immunity, right? Only when the connection is proper, your immune systems will work well, right?
Yes, yes.
If for some reason, if this communication is not well and good, you're not going to get those immunization updates to your immunization software. Daily in the night when you go into deep sleep, you're getting those updates. You won't get that. So is this clear? The 5 different types of communication? So, okay. Bandha, Udana Jayat. So by conquering, by Udana Jayat means by conquering, by having the control over Udana, that is being able to connect to the divine, right?
Connect to the divine.
This divine connectivity or being in the state of Samadhi. Udana Jayat, by having that control, by having that connectivity, what can you do? Jala Panka Kantaka. Water. Jala means water. Controlling the Udana places, Panka is swarm. Okay, Jala is water. Panka is swarm, or what you call as fog, the marshy land. Kantaka is thorns. Adishu, etc. Adishu we know, etc. Adi means etc. Shu means from these, etc. From these. All these actually. Shu means all these, etc. All these. You can get, what can you do with all these? Asanga, you need not come into contact with any of these. That is Jala, thorns, marshy land. You need not come into contact. You can move over them. By Udana Jayat, by having control over the Udana Vayu, by Udana Vayu, by having connectivity with the divine, you can walk over water. You can move over marshy land. You can move over thorns. Asanga means not coming into contact or not be associated with. Ukrantihi, walk over. That's what it means. Ukrantihi means walk over or move over. So this kind of ability you will get. So we know that Adi Shankara's disciple, one of his disciples walked on water. He saw Adi Shankara on the other side of the river or some lake or whatever. And Adi Shankara said, come on. So he just walked on water, this disciple. This is also the case where Jesus Christ walked on water. You must have heard this. Jesus Christ walked on water, and some of his disciples will be in the boat, and they will see Jesus Christ walking on the water, and then they'll say, "Oh, Master," one of them will say, I don't remember his name, "Oh, Master, I also want to walk." So Jesus Christ will say, "Come on." So this man will put the foot in the water, and then he will think, "Oh, will I be able to walk?" And then he will go into the water. He will sink into the water. So you must have that faith, unshakable faith.
Faith.
How you have this unshakable faith for not doing the homework? It should be like that.
We are doing, Kumar.
Huh?
We are doing. We are doing.
Yes.
It's hard, Kumarji. Very hard.
But not making an attempt is not right. Many of them are making attempt and sending to me, and I correct them. You know, some of them have reworked on it maybe half a dozen times. It is like saying, many things we say, it's hard. Unless you try, you won't know. Why are the assignments given? The assignments are given so that you understand how to apply Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Otherwise, you will never learn how to apply it. Now, many of them have learned how to apply it. The moment I give a problem, they know they may not be 100% right. That's a different question. They are very close. They are at least 70 to 80% right. And then I point out a few things here and there. Some of them are 90% right. Some of them are 100% right. They didn't start like that. Initially, I picked so many things, I picked on them. Now, just one submission, and I tell them, hey, it's fine. A few cosmetic changes I suggest, that's all I do. Even my sister, my Akka, the last assignment, fantastic. But she's sitting here saying, I don't know anything. Okay. We have 2 minutes. I'll finish the next one. Samana Jaya Prajvalanam. So what is Samana? Samana Vayu is the gene expression. Right? Gene expression is everything about the body, everything.
Both.
That is the intelligence, complete intelligence of the physical structure of the entire body. So when you have control over that, you have complete control over the body. Right? So this Praj Valanam, Valanam means shining. So that shining, the shiny brilliance is there in your body. Don't we say when we see some of these highly evolved souls, we say, what do we say? We look at them and we say, in Tamil, we use this word,
Jolikar.
Jolikar. Jolikar is one, that it is shiny. Then we also say another word. I'm not able to get the word right now. What Tejas, not Tamil word.
Tejas.
The Tejas. That's what you get, the Tejas. The Prajvalanam is the Tejas. In that sloka we say, right? Tejasvi Navadi Tamastu. Right? Tejasvi Navadi Tamastu. The Tejas. So we stop here, Sutra 41. So we covered three or four sutras, not bad. I really wanted to finish up until 345, 344. Anyway, we are getting close to finishing up this chapter. Any questions?
The chitta which goes from the body will enter only a body which is dead, or even a body which is alive?
When the body is alive, you can actually read. You can know all the, we saw one sutra where you can understand all the characteristics, right?
Correction. Okay.
Not correction, characteristics.
Characteristics.
We saw one of the sutras where we saw just by tuning into that chitta, just by tuning into that chitta, you can get everything.
Understand all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But entering into another body means that body is chitta has left. Gone.
By entering into another chitta, will they not acquire more karmas?
You tell me at what stage this ability is given to you.
Please come. Yes.
You're at a highly evolved state, right? You are.
Yes.
So you know how to use it. Only, right? If you misuse it, then karma, yes.
Karma.
Did Adi Shankara misuse it?
No.
Why do you say Adi Shankara didn't misuse it? How did he use it? Why did he enter?
To know the answer for the marital life.
Question, right?
Yeah, to that question.
So it was for a dharmic reason he entered, not for some adharmic reason. If I enter into another body, let us say there's somebody who passed away and I have the ability and I enter into the other body so that I can have sex with his wife. Is it dharmic?
No.
Then I will get karma. Huh?
Nonsense.
Why nonsense?
Yeah, this can be debatable, whether it is dharmic or not.
Yeah, whether it is dharmic or adharmic.
Dharmic or not.
Even with Shankaracharya, you can debate whether it's dharmic.
Huh? Shankaracharya?
You can debate whether that was a dharmic thing to do.
Because actually that question itself was on that. I didn't go into the question. The question was from that lady, from Madana Mishra's wife. She claimed that during intimacy, in that few moments, that is the highest. She claimed that to be the highest samadhi. That is the samadhi state that she was saying. And then Adi Shankara had to give an answer. How can he give? He didn't have any experience, or not did he know anything about it.
But he didn't have to do it to say he could have just.
As far as I know, he entered into the king's body and then he spoke to the queen and got the answer. I don't think he had sex with the queen. That would defeat the purpose, right? As a sannyasi.
Right.
So that's why that queen was very, very intelligent. None of the other queens could find out, but this particular queen was very, very smart. That's why she was the most favorite of the queens among all the queens to the king. She was very sharp, very intelligent. She could find some difference in the king, and she found out. And so Adi Shankara had a very open discussion with her and got all the answers, and then gave it. Okay.
Thank you, Kumarji.
Okay. We'll all see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kumar.
Thank you.
Namaste.